One of the #1 questions I get all the time on the Mi40 Nation is, Ben, how many exercises do I need for chest, back, quads, hamstrings? And the answer, guys, is the ones that you do well. And for many of you, that's one. So many people get caught up in, well, you know, Cedric McMillan does 7 exercises, or Kai Green does 30 exercises, or Dorian Yates said just 1 exercise. And the reality is you're not them, and either am I. And all you guys need to be thinking about is what exercise fits my body. Your body is different than mine. Your body is different than Tom Platz. Your body is different than Phil Heath. Your body is different than everybody. So you need to find the exercises that fits your body. So how do I know what that means? Well, I have a big rib cage. So when I get into a bench press, most exercises fit me really, really well. Where someone has a small rib cage or a flat sternum angle, typically has no difference between the distance from their chest to their shoulders. They get into a bench press, maybe they look like this. Those are the guys that typically get kind of sore shoulders. And they go, you know, this isn't a really good exercise for me. Guess what, guys? Don't be attached to doing a bench press because Ben Pakulski does a bench press and he says it's a great exercise. Or whomever Instagram star does a bench press and says it's a good exercise. What you guys need to do is first find the one exercise that fits your body type. So here's an example. How many of you have done a tricep cable push down with 2 arms? The answer is everybody. Why? Well, because some guy says it's a great exercise. How many of you have done a barbell curl? Probably everybody. Why? Well, because some guy on Instagram or on YouTube says it's a great exercise for biceps. And the reality is they're both full of shit. They're both terrible exercises, and here's why. If I stand here in an anatomical position, obviously I'm a bigger person than you guys. I have a bigger rib cage, wider shoulders, but this is the reality for 99% of the people out there. If I stand there and I just let my arms hang at my sides, are my arms going straight up and down? They're going slightly out to the side in most cases, right? Some of you, if you try to force them down, they can kind of go straight up and down. But most of us, there's going to be something called the carry angle, meaning my elbows are going to be slightly inside my hands. So if I curl my biceps, acknowledging that the elbows only move in one direction, they move as a hinge, and I do this. Notice my hands here start wide and here go narrow. So how does that in any way resemble a barbell curl or a single cable tricep push down? Does a barbell curl, last time I checked, it doesn't start wide and come narrow. The bar won't move. And same thing with a tricep push down. If I start narrow, well, it needs to finish here. And if I'm using a fixed position, it's not, it's finishing here. And acknowledging the other body parts that are moving are also working, and you're also causing potential for injury because you're losing stability. So we're trying to find exercises for you that work. So for each of you looking for an exercise for bicep or tricep or chest, what I've done is I've put together a list of videos or a set of videos that allows you to pick exercises first to understand biomechanics for a particular body part, because all you need to know is the origin insertion. And that's the simplicity of exercise, right? Exercise is so much easier than we make it. If you guys learn to eliminate external attachment, so lose attachment to weights and exercises and start thinking about an internal focus, which is what's happening at the muscle and how can I make that harder? All we have to think about for a muscle is the insertion, which is here for my pec, and an origin. And how can I pull that insertion closer to my origin? Same thing here. This is my insertion, this is my origin. How do I pull those closer together? That's the extent of it. So if you guys can think about that, and how can I load that maximally and eliminate extraneous movement everywhere else? Nothing else is moving, and that muscle I'm trying to work is training as hard as possible, learning about lining up the forces, learning about proper setup, learning about making sure the muscle you're trying to work is initiating, is all discussed in the videos I've linked below. Absolutely free, no strings attached. Please enjoy. We are doing our best to be the catalyst for intelligent muscle building across the world and being the catalyst for your new body. Ben Pakulski from the Muscle Intelligence Headquarters.